Now that I've verified that the rocket is stable, I put the streamer in, I put an engine in, put the string on, spun it around my head, it flew just fine. I'm now going to describe the Kevlar recovery system that I'm going to build. I have many other videos that talk about this in fine detail, but I think I'd like to show everything I'm going to build, and I'm going to show each of the individual steps because each of them, although simple, is really not that obvious to do. The nice thing about this Kevlar recovery system is that it's built based on a single Kevlar cord. There are no swivel clips, there's no metal. There's plenty of ways to modify it by tying knots in various places. Very flexible, and it works extremely well. If we start over here with the rocket, we have our swivel, barrel swivel, connected with a piece of heat shrink to anchor the knot. We're now going to tie a 5-foot piece of Kevlar onto this. It also has a small piece of heat shrink which holds a slip knot. So the slip knot allows us to pull this extremely tight, and I'll demonstrate that when I actually build this part of it. The Kevlar cord then has a loop on it which attaches one end of the streamer. It then goes out about another 4 feet to a felt blanket made out of Kevlar as well. Onto this there is an eyelet glued to it. It's a brass eyelet glued to it with E6000 glue. And the streamer also has another cord tied to this. What's interesting is this streamer is wound from the center to the outside, so the two ends are at the outside of the streamer module. Thus I can tie one end to the front, one end to the back of the cord after this is already wound up. Again, a very interesting design. I've never seen anybody else do this. I don't know if I'm the first to do it, but I've never seen it before. It's very interesting. It works extremely well. That's why I like doing this. It's an extremely well operational design. This opens up very quickly. It makes a nice fancy loop. It looks really nice. The Kevlar blanket then threads the Kevlar cord. There's a fisherman knot, and we put the nose cone through this loop that we tie in the end of this. And this loop has a little tiny drop of CA glue just to make sure we hold it in place. This one does not need CA glue because we can always put a piece of heat shrink on it and hold it in place that way. So this is the overall design that we're going to build. The streamer is 15 feet wide, by the way. I believe this rocket normally comes with a streamer that's around 1.5 foot, but the 15-foot streamer makes it really easy to see. You put those C6 engines, you put it up 1,500 feet. This is a lot easier to see. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this together one step at a time, but I wanted to give everybody an understanding of what it is I'm going to build, and then we can show each of the individual steps as I put everything together.